engineers to get your microphone working. But from what you've seen, and from you've seen EBERT up close with one of your fences today, has EBERT got a chance here?
Marhaba, Karim Bashir. Your name could be Turkish, couldn't it? Karim Bashir.
It could be, yeah. Well, it's Arabic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
there's a big crossover. Honestly, there's a lot of Arabic and Turkish. Anyway, we'll come back to that later. If there's an injury break, let's get onto the fencing. Look, I don't really know what kind of match we're going to see. Is ERRIGO going to steamroll EBERT, or is EBERT going to come out fighting? I really can't call it. What are your thoughts?
Two lefties.
Two lefties.
Always a scrap.
I would like to see a close match, and I think the audience wants a close match as well.
You know, it's got nice rings to it on both sides of the piece as well. ERRIGO going after European title number 3, kind of had a bit of a dip in form, perhaps a little bit of laying off a maintenance year after the Olympic Games. EBERT storming back, having broken through in 2018 and then been forced into the wilderness with the COVID pandemic and no fencing. Her development's continued.
I get the feeling all the fencers reckon this season is sort of just to sort of re-establish the world rankings, just to see where everyone is. The calendar's coming back. I mean, it's great to see fencing back, isn't it?
Oh, it's great to be back,
We've missed it for 2 and a bit years.
Yeah, and it's not been a complete season this season, but we are here at the European Championships again after a 3-year break. Willem Madert to get the gold medal match underway in the women's foil. ERRIGO of Italy on the left, EBERT of Germany on the right, Richard Cruz in the commentary box.
And look at that, little attack on prep from the left. See, EBERT just missed the target as she came forward. It would have been her attack, I dare say, but she just spooned it, just missed the target as she came through. Oh, that's a lovely little attack. ERRIGO really threaded the needle there with that little 1-2. Beautiful. Look at that, 15 seconds, 3 points.
You wondered whether it was going to be a steamroller affair, and it's starting to look like that already.
Certainly does. But what's EBERT got left? Of course, we should say the fencers are going to be a little bit fatigued at this moment in time. They would have done a pool and then DE fights from the last 32 onwards. It's quite a grueling day, isn't it?
Yeah, the women's foilists though got a 3-hour break from the quarterfinals to the semis. I mean, as a fencer recently retired, what did you think about having long breaks between matches? I'm thinking in particular Shanghai, where you moved venues for the Grand Prix. Cairo, you made the final. You know, you have to move halfway across the city.
Never really liked moving venue, but having a good 3-4 hours off, maybe go back to the hotel, have a shower, change your t-shirt, treat it like a fresh competition. That was always a good thing. Get some food on board. 1-3. Look at that little counter-attack just in the cease line. And a little clash of guards there. They got caught up in the body wire.
You can possibly hear the Italian coach, who is Stefano Cerioni, calling out, barking out the orders and encouragement, of course, but there's also an Italian in the German box as well. Giovanni Bortolasso.
Now, I would say preparation from the right. I was going to call that just before the referee. I think the hand of EBERT just went out a little bit faster. Just one tempo ahead. It's not a literal unit of actual time.
No.
That's fencing time.
Fencing time, which is a mysterious thing sometimes.
Mysterious concept.
So is EBERT deliberately keeping the distance close here?
Yeah, possibly. Now look at this wonderful little exchange here. About 3 or 4 counter ripostes. And EBERT's back in this.
She certainly is, and I'm just wondering if that distance is the thing, and she's almost sort of contained ERRIGO a little bit after the fast start she had, going 3-0 up.
And that's attack from the right. So you think she's keeping the distance a little bit tighter to stop
to stop any kind of build-up of a
Yeah,
long
I
attack.
think you could be right there, Bash. These fencers that like a lot of distance and they're hitting machines, if you keep them under a lot of pressure, then you can slow them down a little bit.
I mean, that's almost dangerously close for Ebert. She's the shorter fencer. ERRIGO's got the longer reach, but she's blooming difficult to hit, the German.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? This could be a nail-biting match. Now, I would say attack left, yeah. Again, the hand of ERRIGO was just a fraction ahead. If you look at the replay, look there, she starts accelerating a little bit earlier. God, the referees are good, aren't they?
They are very good.
Professionals.
I was about to say to you, I'm stunned that you spotted that as well, because that, to me, in the middle looks, well, very difficult to call.
Yeah, it's a tough job refereeing. You need a lot of concentration. Attack from the right, goes through. You see, ERRIGO tried to close out there. She got something on the blade, but ultimately, if you get hit and you're counter-attacking, that's tough. 5 apiece.
Yeah, this is a very tight one. This is the final of the Women's Foil Individual European Championship.
Now look, you said Ebert's keeping the distance a little bit tighter. This is the benefit of doing that. If you keep it tighter, you can try and pick off your opponent on preparation if they want to gallop forward and do a big attack. And that's what she did there.
Now, has she gone past?
I would say no, because she wasn't even level. She was still in front of Ebert, so she still has the right to continue the phrase.
Clearly, Willem Maller, the referee, agrees with you. Can't hit your opponent once your front shoulders are past each other. And it did look like a little hesitation on the line there.
Yeah, I'd give attack from the right there. Have to say I'm agreeing with the referees. Ooh, now, never stop.
Never stop.
Even if you think you've hit, just keep hitting. Hit until the ref pulls you apart.
The way you looked at me then, I thought you were talking to me. Never stop. Okay, I'll start talking. No, but you're right. If you stop, you are in big danger.
Yeah,
because
so
these
there's always a
referees-
danger. If you think you've hit, you look at the box. I would just hit again.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
And these referees now are. They will not stop a fight unless it absolutely has to be stopped.
I
I mean,
think
if
they're
you look
letting-
away from a box and it's unsafe, they'll stop it. But they'll let something go.
I think you're right, Bash. I think they're letting the close quarters play out a bit more, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you can see that the fencers that don't know what to do close in, they'll freeze, or they'll hit the floor, or they'll just wait for the referee to intervene. But the referees are not calling halt early. They're letting the fight go on, which is really good. So
I really enjoy it. You know, I fenced a very long time ago, but I used to hate it when referees called halt early when we were in close quarters, because I
Yeah.
was pretty handy at close quarters. Not anymore, obviously.
When do you last fence, Bash?
In anger, 2006. Did a bit of coaching afterwards. I did get called back into a team for one emergency team match, but no, haven't really picked up a foil in anger for a long time. You still fencing?
No, sorry. I'm done.
Just coaching.
Just coaching.
Oh.
Well, counter power riposte from ERRIGO. Ebert tried to find the blade back. If you watch the replay, she
Yes.
tried to find it back, but she didn't deflect it from the target, and that's a mal parry. One light for the left.
And the hand speed of ERRIGO there, she was even able to block out the response from Ebert after she'd made the hit as well.
And that's the attack from the right. I know it's one light, but I would have given the slow press from Ebert from the right. God, this is an exciting sport, isn't it, Bash?
Yeah, it is. And the distance, again, is tightened back up again.
Yeah.
I think it's massively in favour of Ebert if she keeps it tight.
Brilliant attack. I think there may have been a little disengaging there.
Or a big disengage.
Yeah. Attack from the right, yes. Slight hesitation from the left. She brought her arm back. Did ERRIGO?
She's called for a video replay
now,
here, but I tend to agree with you.
I tell you what, this doesn't look that good on video replay. When they watch it in slow motion, it's only going to go more to the attack on prep. So,
but the arm being so far back, this is one of the things that does that people talk about a lot, and we see a lot of comments in social media that foilists now can start their attack with their elbow pretty much behind them, as long as they're moving forwards.
They can, but they started together on the simultaneous, so pulling the arm back is not a good idea, and that's why I went to the right. Parried, riposte is good. You see ERRIGO, she tried to counter-attack and evade with her body. Look, there's a little turn there, but doesn't matter, she hit first. EBERT had the right to finish her riposte, which she did.
Close quarters again.
Yeah. I get the feeling ERRIGO, she's not as comfortable at close quarters. All she's doing is blocking in prime, and EBERT's working the angles.
That's the counter-attack from EBERT, but you cannot get hit if you try the counter-attack. Good hand and angulation from ERRIGO to land.
Brilliant from ERRIGO. Very well controlled preparation and still had time to find the opening sector of target.
And again, that's a combination of a lot of things we just talked about. The hand being right back at the start of the attack is almost behind her as long as it's moving forwards. And she's now just just one away from the score. You knew this was going to be tight. We both said it was going to be tight.
I think we hedged our bets a little bit. We wanted a tight match. Oh, look, on the hits on the bib there.
So will it be 3 titles for ERRIGO? She's going to have to do this from coming from behind, or will it be a first ever major championship gold for EBERT? She's confirmed her debut major championship medal just by making the semi-finals. Can she make her first one a gold one? It's been a while since the Germans won the women's foil title at the European Championships.
Do you have the stats?
I don't. I was looking at you in hope that you'd have them. But it has been a while, and the resurgence this season has been part of the tale of the 2021-2022 season. And another counter to that.
Another counter-attack and a little closure afterwards. Look, she counter-attacked, closed in cart, had to stop her opponent hitting her after she delivered the point.
On cue, the replay just showing exactly
beautiful.
What you talked about.
Perfectly timed.
Absolutely.
Perfectly executed.
And she's learnt from the last one. She didn't put in that block last time at the counter.
And same again. Look, same again. Counter-attack, closed in cart.
But she learnt from the previous one where she didn't do the close. So now 2 in a row. I mean, that looked more like attack into prep and then a block rather than a counter-attack.
No, it wouldn't be attack in prep because she's turning. Now, what ERRIGO needs to do now is to start to change the target she's hitting into. She can't finish in that cart line. She's got to go around the corner.
Or over the flank. Top, maybe.
Somewhere around the cease line, yeah. Oh, and look at that. Little closure in prime, but did she turn too far? That's what they're questioning.
Or was there actually a meeting of the blades there from EBERT? We're going to have a look at.
Well, it was one light, so it doesn't matter. But
I thought the off-target light came up.
You're right, Bash.
Yeah, I think the off-target light came up, and I think this might be a good shout from Leonie EBERT. Vilemada from Czech Republic, one of the best referees on the circuit. He'd be happy to change his mind. That's what this replay system is all about. Gives the athletes an opportunity to politely challenge. Referees, of course, can use it themselves, and often that is the case. Gut feeling now that you've seen the replay and now you've seen the off-target?
I'm not sure ERRIGO got the blade. What do you think?
I thought it was EBERT's right of way. I've got to be fair and say that. And it clearly...
It just depends if she found the blade in that prime or not.
Yeah.
We will see.
We're about to find out. Vilemada's coming back. But they did have a good look at it, which sometimes means they come back and say, do you know what? Having a look at it, we don't know.
Parapos left. Well, there you are, 11-13.
So he's showing that he did actually meet the blade.
The refs believe there was a contact with the blade, and the riposte stands. Prime riposte.
So gap still 2 points. We've got 15-odd seconds left in the first period, so another high scorer here. She sensed that ERRIGO has just slightly opened the distance again. ERRIGO wants to get to the break and go and have a chat with Coach Chirioni.
It looks like they're playing for time now.
We get to the first minute break. 3 periods of 3 minutes if needed. That's not going to be the case here. This will definitely be done in the second period. And Leonie Ebert is on top at the moment. Ariana ERRIGO, the double European champion, is going to have to come from behind. And we get to see Bortolaso here, the Italian coach of the German Federation. He has been a big part of the resurgence of German women's foil. I'll get a look at some of the replays. So, Rich, what would you say? What would you be saying if you're at either end of the piece here? Let's start with ERRIGO. What's the deal? What would you tell her to do or try to do?
ERRIGO's 13-11 down. There's not much leeway right now. I would basically tell her to watch that counter-attacking cart, like I was saying before. Watch the preparation. Don't finish on the chest, because Ebert's closing that line very well.
And down the other end?
Yep, so she's got to go around the outside. Maybe a flick to shoulder or flank, or finish straight to the flank. That's what I'd tell her to do. And also to avoid close quarters, I think.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Don't get into close quarters. And I think, you know, have that little bit of open distance before you start. Second period of the women's foil final here at the 2022 European Fencing Championships. First edition of the tournament since 2019. And we've got a thrilling first final here on the first day of live coverage. Oh!
So look at that. You see how ERRIGO tried to do her same move as before, going to Prem, but she missed it this time. And just one light look. She's trying to finish in Prem, but didn't quite pick up the blade. And one light to Ebert. And Ebert is 1 point away from winning this European title.
Yeah, this is a magic moment here, potentially for the German. Picks up the blade, has the right of way, and hits
just off target.
A little bit of tension creeping into ERRIGO. Stance. Don't want a tight shoulder in this one. Gets picked up early enough for Ebert to get the right of way.
No mal parry, that was parry riposte off target.
So even though ERRIGO lands way before Ebert, especially in the slow-mo, right of way with Ebert. Oh, goes for a ducking counter.
Yeah, always a good one to throw in, especially at 14-11.
It's like trying to shoot a penalty down the middle, isn't it, against the goalkeeper? Oh, very close again from Ebert. And on the second attempt, she gets the attack going through, and Leonie Ebert has just become the champion of Europe. What a fabulous performance from her all day. It's been building since 2018. The hiatus in competition prevented her from doing anything earlier. This season has been a continuation of that early 2018 medal. She got another medal this season, a silver in Serbia, and now she is the European champion. The European champion of women's foil, the first time since Anja Fichtel did it back in 1993. What an amazing performance from Ebert, and it has been coming. And there we go, the celebration from the team management. Congratulations to her, congratulations to Coach Bortolaso. It's been a long time coming, but Germany have a new women's foil European champion. Rich, what a match. What a match.
Absolutely, I was just about to say what a match, and to think we were considering whether Ariana ERRIGO would steamroll
and it looked like that at the beginning.
It looked like it 3-0 up. It looked like it was one-way traffic, and then all of a sudden, Ebert fought her way back in. And you have to say, 15-11 is quite decisive.
And there's more to come from this 22-year-old German. This is just the start, and look what it means to her. Absolutely fantastic performance. What a joy for the team from Germany, and what a start to the European Championships. Well, Rich, you must always come back if the fencing's going to be like that when you're in the commentary box.
Absolutely. What a final, eh?
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Well, look, thank you very much. I know you've got a bit of work to do tonight, getting your team ready for tomorrow. But if you're not working tomorrow night on your normal job, your day job, can we tease you back into the commentary box?
Absolutely, Bash. It'd be my pleasure.
Richard Crease, thank you
Yeah,
very
pleasure.
much.
Okay, see you, Bash.
Fabulous stuff there, not only on the piece, but in the commentary box as well. Richard Crease.